Hey everyone, welcome to one of my favorite levels in the Age of Mythology campaign called North, and I'm going to jump right into it here. You start out scattered, and you have to convene at one of the settlements and build it up and get your economy going, and you get chased by wolves here. I like to convene at the southmost settlement here. I think it's the easiest to defend, and so I lose a couple guys, I think, to those wolves, but yeah, anyway, there are sort of 3 passes that you can to get into this area, and I block off 2 of them, and this one on the right side here is the one I leave open to defend. And these wolves come here and there, and they're not too bad when you have your heroes, but they can really do a number on your human soldiers. So your economy starts off pretty slow here. I think you start off, well, as Thor, I think you start off with like 2 dwarves and maybe a couple villagers, but there's a decent amount of stuff you can hunt. But anyway, yeah, it just starts off slowly. So get those walls up so you can you only have to worry about attacks from the right side here. And you get attacks pretty regularly coming in. Sometimes it'll be infantry, sometimes it'll be Einherjar or other myth units, which can really mess you up if you're not ready for it. So I try to keep a bunch of hair seers around in addition to my regular heroes. And I think yeah, so mainly I make hair seers at the temple, and then at the barracks I make throwing axemen. So that pretty much covers your bases for units. You'll see you can kind of counter the Ulfsarks and other general units with the throwing axemen, and then use the hair seers for the myth units, especially the Fenris wolves. So here comes some champion Ulfsarks, and I kind of keep the hair seers out of the fight. Let my heroes do most of the work. Just because the hair seers are kind of expensive, and my economy isn't really going yet. And unfortunately in this area there's only this one gold mine, and you do have the dwarven mine power, but ultimately you have to move out. So here's one big attack that comes in, is this pack of Fenris wolves, and they actually take out quite a few of my throwing axemen. Oh, here's Fimbulwinter, so here's another setback, potentially, if you're not ready for it. That's why I always build my farms around the town center. So that was short-lived. I was able to hold that off. So what time? That came at about 12 minutes. So get ready for that. I don't know if it's time triggered or what, but yeah. So here come those Einherjar, but yeah, the heroes took care of them. Luckily, because I had plenty of hair seers. And occasionally you'll get that like one Ulfsark coming in, probably just as a scout. Just trying to keep my numbers reinforced, and so there are a couple. Yeah, I got a 2-prong attack coming in here. A couple myth units coming in that, yeah, those frost giants got in. For some reason, they attacked that attacked that wall there. So I just triple up the wall there, and aging up again. So now my economy's getting going pretty well. Probably about 15 farms. Usually I like to get that number up at least 20, usually closer to 30, depending on the units I'm making. Here I'm making a lot of throwing axemen, so that's just wood intensive, but about a dozen hair seers, and then just fill in the rest with throwing axemen. So over here I just let my heroes do most of the work. And that healing spring comes in handy as well. So I'm sending a detachment of guys up here. I think I go. So now this 2-prong attack comes in, and I freeze them just because I don't want to deal with it. Send this detachment of guys out to claim some settlements, to just take over more of the map. A couple more frost giants coming in. And so the objective is to take out a few temples, but you have to go find them first, and not leave your home undefended, of course. But yeah, so I end up sort of backsiding this attack over here, which actually worked pretty well. Get my Dwarven Mine going because I don't really want to expand out of my starting area yet. But yeah, these temples aren't too bad to take out. Just a few units guarding them, and then a hill fort, and then the temple itself. And so there's another one of those Fenris Wolf attacks, which can be annoying. So now I'm gonna push full steam ahead at the objectives and getting those. Well, at least I'm building one settlement so far. Got a market going for trade. And so here's the next temple up here, sort of in the north middle-ish of the map. And I leave a little pack of hair seers back home, just because I don't want any back attacks coming in. And as you can see, there's it was all Ulfsarks, but the hair seers took care of it, luckily. Got my trade up and running, and so now here's the last sort of outskirt temple on the outskirts of the map that you have to seek out. And then there's Gargarensis' temple, and that's a little bit. There's an actual town you have to assault, so it's a little bit more involved. But one of my favorite things about the Norse that I can take advantage of is I get the I can just build wherever I want with the infantry, and there's another settlement up there that I probably I ultimately get some barracks up, and I think I could have won the game just with the amount of guys I had there, but I always like to establish a forward base and prepare for the attack. And there's some more guys coming in back home, which is kind of inconvenient. But here are the throwing axemen come into their own. I'm able to attack the wall, and then the throwing axemen can attack over my guys and take out the enemy guys. And I'm gonna go after this town center here, and the temple you have to destroy is kind of in the back. So I'm just gonna send a few guys back here to go take it out because I know where it is by heart now, but. And habitually building on that settlement, but you don't really need to. Level's over after you take out that temple, so pretty tough level. I probably made it look kind of easy in this, but those attacks that come in and the Fimbulwinter can really set you back if you're not ready for it, especially with the slow economic start. So anyway, that's all for this level. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.